Welcome to Subramani. I have done many videos like this in the past, but one senior citizen spoke to me, and therefore I am repeating this. How do you handle market volatility, right? It's not very easy to handle market volatility, and because you could handle market volatility at 50 does not mean you will be able to handle market volatility at 70, 80 and 90. At each stage, life could be very different. So first of all, accept that there will be volatility in the market and you will have to handle it. Many people think, oh, markets will no longer be volatile, and I don't know from where they get that feeling, but yes, markets will be volatile and you have to manage it. So the first thing is have a bigger cash with yourself, bigger cash stash or cash balance with you. Normally if for a retired person, I would be very happy if he has 3 years expenses in bucket number 1, which is liquid, near liquid, ultra short, bank deposits, etc. If he has 3 years expenses, it should not be a problem, because in 3 years hopefully the market will recover. However, if you are not very confident, or you feel that the market has gone up too much and it is too much out of whack, there is no harm in making it 5 years or even 7 years for some people, right? So I know people who at 65 have, say, 10 years expenses in this bucket number 1, simply because they are not in some race about how well their fund is performing or how much their portfolio is growing. They're indifferent to it. I've made sure that they are indifferent to the return. What is important after a particular age is total safety of capital and absolute return. If you are if the inflation is 7% and you're getting 11% or 12% on your overall portfolio, or even if you're getting 9% on your overall portfolio, you're still doing very well. You're not in a race with a Naren or a Prashant Jain or a Roshi Jain to prove that you are a better fund manager. It does not matter. So the more cash that you keep, the more you will feel that, oh, I could have earned better returns. It's irrelevant, doesn't really matter. So today it's a good time to be putting your money to work in debt, because the returns are better. Yes, you can get 7, 8, 9, 10% in decent companies, right? Well rated companies. I mean, whether your comfort level is there or no is different, but you can get that. It's a good time to be deploying money in debt. So what can you do? If you think the market is high, sell some equity and put it into debt funds, right? So first cash, second rebalance more aggressively, saying, okay, I was so far 60% in debt, now I will go to 70% in debt. Perfectly all right. Maybe you keep some in the assets like multi-asset fund, so that you have some gold, some debt and equity there. So if you put 100 rupees of equity, if you sell and put it into a multi-asset fund, that multi-asset fund may have only 35% in Indian equity. It could have in foreign equity, it could have gold, it could have other commodities. What are you doing by this? You are definitely reducing the volatility of your portfolio. So rebalancing because you want more cash, rebalancing to reduce your volatility, two are completely different things. So you say, okay, I don't want to be so much in equity, I reduce my equity. Perfectly all right, because you're, say, 80 years of age, you don't need to prove anything to anybody, so you have kept, say, 5 years expenses or 7 years expenses in cash, which means if you die at 87, from 80 to 87 you will completely be protected by just your debt instruments, or from the interest that you're getting, and some partial withdrawal of capital. 7 years, is it enough good time for the market to recover? Yes, absolutely yes, right? So stash, keeping more cash, making sure you have adequate insurance and that insurance will pay, making sure that your equity, if you have, you are selling because you think the market is high and you want to reallocate. So now from 60% in equity or 60% in debt, you have gone to 80% in debt. Perfectly all right. It will only get better if the market goes up. If the market goes up, you will again go to 70, 60. At that stage, if you have adequate money for the rest of your life in debt instruments itself, you can leave your equity as it is and tell your children whoever is going to get it. If you have only one child, make sure that child knows that this is the reason why you have more in equity now as you're aging, right? You're not to underestimate how long you will live, so providing extra cash is always useful. So cash and balance and rebalance and making sure that you're spending sensibly, all these things are very useful when it comes to handling volatility. One more thing you can do with volatility is take some money off equity and indulge yourself in something. Whenever you want to do something like this, don't touch your debt, right? So if you want to go on a US trip and it is costing you 10 lakhs and you have enough money and the market is booming, then get it funded by equity. Market is not booming, maybe you don't go, or even if you go, you are a little more careful of how you are going, so withdraw more from debt and less from equity, right? These are the things which you have to do to be able to manage volatility, because volatility is a given in the market. So if markets are volatile, try changing a little bit of your behavior. When I say volatile, I am saying market will definitely be volatile, but if the market falls 10% and stays there for say 3 months, 4 months, I don't know how you will react. So all my videos are towards how you should react, you can react, you will react to, rather what the market will do. I have no clue what the market will do, but I am saying when the market does this, this is how you should respond. I can teach you how to respond rather than saying what the market will do. Thank you.